Coach, can you just give us some adjectives to describe Tommy so far?
Dynamic. That's obviously his play style, right? But personality-wise, I'm sure the more that you guys get to know him, you'll see that come to light. He's got a great spirit about him. Leader for being a guy that's been here, I think 3 months now. He's taken to the locker room. The locker room's taken to him. He's kind of one of those guys that he's not afraid to get his hands dirty and get after it a little bit. So it's gonna be really fun working with Tommy.
How refreshing, or just how vital is that, the leadership component of what he's bringing?
Right. I think it's critical, especially in today's day and age. Your roster can move so fluidly. Getting somebody in the locker room that can bring everyone together, whether you're a first-year walk-on or a fifth-year senior that's been a four-time All-American, whatever that is. Tommy has a way to relate and bring guys together, so it's been something that's been pretty fun to watch.
I'm sure when you're in a locker room, like, you can tell guys that might be trying a little too hard for that. I know it's important to Tommy to connect with everybody, but is there like a level of authenticity that you guys are feeling?
Well, I think you hit it on the head by just saying it was important to him, whether it was through his process when he came here on his visit. Just connecting with the people, not just the players, but the people in the building, the nutritionists, the academic advisors, whoever it was. It's just really cool to see that. One of the things that we talk about in a room, you guys have heard me say this before, you always want that element of leadership, especially from the quarterback position, but it has to be in a form that's genuine to you, because the first people that are going to see through that are your teammates. And so Tommy just has a knack for it. He's a natural at it, and it's, like I said, it's going to be fun to see where it goes.
Do you have to tailor anything? I mean, because he's such a different kind of. I know quarterback. There's certain aspects that are consistent for everybody. Is there anything you have to kind of tailor when it comes to drill work for him to bring the best out in him?
No. There's always going to be room for improvement. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can go 21 to 24 and throw for 400 yards, but you're going to be looking at the completions, incompletions, the misses, whatever that is, and still try and improve it. At the same time, it's go let Tommy be Tommy too. There's certain things that he does that nobody on the planet can coach, and so you got to allow him to still be him, and then do that within our system.
What's it been like being in those meeting rooms with Coach Malzahn? You learn any funny country sayings or anything as you talk?
No, not yet. But it's really cool. I mean, obviously my history with Coach Norvell, and then hearing the stories of Coach Malzahn and when Coach Norvell was coming up, and then I mean just being able to work with him now and learn and continue to grow and develop. I mean, I'm a sponge. I love the quarterback position. I love this game. It's something I'm extremely passionate about, and to do it with one of the guys that's been doing it at such a high level for such a long time, it's really good for me.
I feel like he's got a kind of a presence. Like when he walks in the room, you kind of feel. Can you sense that, like in the offensive meeting room when he gets up there to talk to the guys and they're listening and they're dialed in?
Absolutely. I mean, he has a command. He has a presence. He has a track record, and I think that's one of the biggest things. I mean, his production just as a coach and what he's done, what he's been able to accomplish throughout his career. It's extremely impressive, and I think that just holds a lot of weight in itself.
How's Brock handling, I guess, the competition, the enhanced, I guess, support from everybody around?
Right. Well, I mean, I think Brock's been around long enough that you guys know the type of competitor he is and the type of teammate that he is, and really nothing changes from his approach. He's always going to go out there and compete. He's going to go pedal to the floor, I guess, and he's going to go and get after it. So Brock's done a really good job.
What about Trevor Jackson? It feels like with Gus's kind of track record and maybe the skill set that Trevor has might kind of be able to be unlocked a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be fun to just watch Trevor continue to grow and develop. He's still a pup, but I mean, it'll be fun to get him out there in spring a little bit and watch him do his thing.
Kevin Sperrio, what are your initial thoughts on him going through?
Kevin, I mean, I can't say enough good things about Kevin. The thing that's impressed me most with Kevin coming in, a lot of new guys when they come in, they hit the ground running, and it's new and it's fresh and it's exciting, right? But Kevin has maintained a level of consistency throughout, and I think that's going to serve him really well just through his development, just because of how consistent his approach is, and then obviously what the work looks like.
What do you think? I know running the ball is kind of the staple of Coach Malzahn's offense. What have you heard from him, kind of seen from him that he wants to accomplish and wants this offense to kind of look like?
We're going to be the best offense in the country. That's not a pipe dream. That's not something that just sounds good to say. We're going to put our players in the best position to be successful, find out what they do really well, and go do it.
That's pretty much what his message sounds like?
Yes, sir. Yep.
And just, you've been with Mike for so long. Last season obviously was nothing that anybody kind of anticipated. He's changed a lot, it sounds like, in terms of bringing new people, whether it's players, coaches. What have you seen from Coach Norvell that makes you think that, I don't know, either lessons learned or just like I'm sure your confidence gets a little bit rattled. I mean, do you see him kind of regaining his sort of his energy and his desire?
I think
not that it went away, but just
to say nobody would have anticipated the season that we had.
None of us. We saw every practice. We didn't think that was going to happen.
Absolutely, and I think what makes Coach Norvell special, I used the word consistency earlier, talked about Kevin. It's the level of consistency that Coach approaches the day-to-day. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's the first day of spring ball or the last week of the season. That man's down in the Moore Center lobby saying good morning to every single player that walks in the door. So to see that level of consistency, it starts at the top and then trickles down to us. And that's just something that, as long as I've been with him, I mean, I have a great deal of respect for just his approach and his mindset on a day-to-day basis.
I don't know if there's a weight. I don't want to say there's a weight on it, but with having like some of this delegation out where like Gus can do this, you can do this,
right,
all this help. Do you think that he's got this clear eyes that he's talked about, being able to kind of lead? Do you sense that kind of thing?
I'm sure, and I don't want to speak for him, but at the same time, I mean, we all know college sports is very different now. And so, I mean, even from what it was 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, and so to be a head coach at a major program, I mean, I'm sure I know he has to wear a bunch of different hats, and I think it's something, I mean, with him in the leadership position that he's in, I mean, there's nothing he can't handle, so.
Thanks, Scott. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Yep.